I'm DJ Ron Slumwitz for NotableDance.com and Fusion Radio. I'm here in Nashville with Dave Aude.
Hi, Ron.
What brings you to Nashville?
Ron, I had such a great time. I was here a year ago, and I had such a great time. I wanted to come back, so here I am.
And while you're in town, did you do any songwriting or working with other musicians?
You know what I did, Ron, so that's why you're asking. I had a great day today. I got to work with one of my favorite artists, who I've just remixed up until today, and I got to work with Plum today.
And you working on a new song, or?
A new song. Yeah, it's not done, so I really can't say more than that, but we started a new song today, and I'm really excited to work with, it's always exciting to work with great artists.
And speaking about great artists, you have a new song called Aftermath with Andy Bell of Erasure.
I do. And I think I've said this before, but he's my favorite vocalist ever, and which is weird because when you're making music and DJing, producing, remixing, living life, you don't ever think you're going to do a song with your favorite vocalist. We have a bunch of songs done, so I'm really excited. This is the first of a bunch, and everybody seems to really like this one. So I'm very fortunate to be in a position that I've worked with my favorite vocalist.
I heard a rumor that one of the songs you have with Andy Bell was with the Crystal Waters also. Was that true?
Where did you hear that rumor? I've been working with Crystal Waters on some stuff too, and we haven't done a song yet. That's a rumor.
That's a rumor? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? Crystal Waters and Andy Bell. That'd be great.
And in addition to the Aftermath song, you have another new record right now with Luciana called Hashtag.
I do, and that's, Luciana's my girl. I love Luciana, and Luciana is the queen of electro, hands down. And this song, it's very, very Luciana style, fun. She's wearing a fun dress made of straws in the video, and we're not really too serious about it. We just kind of did it, finished it, and just sent it out, and it seems like a lot of guys like it. It's just kind of barely getting out there right now, bubbling, I guess, and who knows what's going to happen with it.
Was it meant to be a response to the Selfie record?
I wouldn't say it's a response. I don't ever do songs to respond to anybody else. I think it was just, we heard the Selfie record and said, let's do something different, but sort of maybe in that same vein. But I think Selfie was more of tongue-in-cheek, whereas I think our song, you only talking hashtag, is more of a song. Does that make sense?
It's not just a spoken word; she's actually saying.
It's more of a song. It's a song. Yeah.
And then you have new records coming out with other people, co-producers, next 2 weeks. You have the Nacho Chapato and Ivan Gomez record with Vassie.
That's on my label.
That's
on my label, Audacious Records, and that's two great, very underrated producer, DJ, remixers from Spain, Ivan Gomez and Nacho Chapato. And Ivan's tonight or tomorrow, he's playing White Party Palm Springs.
Wow.
And I think I'm going to see Nacho. I'm going to see both of them in New York for New York Pride. I'll be there too. Mm-hmm. And they're just, a couple of guys I sort of discovered a couple years ago through a friend of mine, Phil Marriott, and I just really like their stuff.
And you have a knack for mentoring people. I think Justin Caruso is one of the DJs you're mentoring.
Justin Caruso, I'm mentoring and working with him, and it's important, I think. When you have success and when you're just in life, to give back at some point and help others. It's part of life, is helping other people. He's got about 6 songs. The ones I worked on was Satellite and Tears is the second single with Miss Palmer.
Okay.
And that's actually going to be up for sale on pretty soon, like next week.
You have so many different projects going on at the same time. How do you keep it all straight?
I don't. I just wake up every day and try and just get some stuff done and move forward and be appreciative and thankful that I get to do what I love to do.
The last time we talked was when the 90s thing was just starting and the flashback New House meme, and you did the Sierra Body Party record.
Oh, yeah.
And do you see the New House movement continuing on? Because your recent Havana Brown mix, Warrior, is in 90s style also. Where do you see that going?
Well, I don't think everything's going towards one thing. I think there's all kinds of different styles of dance music, and which is good. There should be more than one style big at any different given time. So there's definitely a house thing going on. The Hustlin' record I did with Vassy and Crazy Ibiza, that's done very well. It was #1 on Christmas, I think, and there's new mixes of that coming out. And me personally, I like a lot of different things. And I love house. I love electro. I love progressive. I even love a little bit of trance and a little bit of. I did a trap mix of Beyonce so that was a different thing. And I just think I think because dance music's gotten so big recently, especially big recently, that there's a lot of different genres that are also getting big, and house is one of them.
And also, there's a little bit of country in your soul also, because you did the Leanne Rimes,
Yes.
Gustin and Matches remixes.
Yes.
And then I also hear you're working on her Greatest Remixes album.
For who?
For Leanne Rimes.
I'm not working on a greatest. Well, I mean, I've done some remixes for her, which might end up on the. So I'm not working on the greatest hits. They've already been done.
Okay.
But I'm definitely writing a new song for Leanne.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which I'm hoping. Well, it'll be a dance song, and it's just again in the very early stages. Nothing's done, or there's no title or anything yet. So that's just I love Leanne, and it's one of those people I've worked with remixing, and looking forward to doing a song for her.
And then another Grace Remixes project that you're involved with is the Amy Grant project. How'd you get involved with that?
Deborah Erickson, I've known her for years, and she's sort of put that together, and she called me. I know exactly where I was when she called me on that. I think I was shopping at the mall with my kids, because you remember those kind of things. And look, I grew up with Amy Grant, and they let me pick which song I wanted to do, and of course I picked her biggest song, Baby Baby, because it's one of those songs that I grew up on and everybody else grew up on, and I just loved it. Wasn't sure it was even going to work, and I think it turned out great. I'm very, very, very happy, and I'm excited for that to come out.
Well, the thing is, I think in your hands, anything can work. And one sign of that is that Waves plugins you just put out with EMP. Talk a little bit about that.
Thank you for mentioning that, Ron. I love what I do. I love producing music, so I can get very techy and very sort of, involved in the what I do as a producer and remixer. And Waves make software, basically, that allow me to make music. So I'm very, very proud and excited to be involved with them. And we put together a Dave Aude sort of bundle of some of my favorite tools to produce and remix. So I go to different cities and DJ. I try to get there a little bit early, and if people show up and want to hear me talk a little bit about producing, then we have some fun and talk about the music business and how to make records and just fun stuff.
That teacher part of your soul, your mentoring, that comes from your background, because weren't you a MIDI instructor back in the day as well?
Well, I've never really been I've never been a legal teacher, but I've always enjoyed teaching, and I've always enjoyed giving back and just trying to help other people. I didn't have a lot of teachers when I was younger, so it's kind of nice to try and give back a little bit.
You were sorely missed at Winter Music Conference this year, and there were two main issues that was talked about by everyone. First thing was the whole idea of having a healthy lifestyle, touring as a DJ, being a producer in the studio, and keeping a regular human life as well. How do you maintain a balance like that?
Oh, very easily. I have a great wife, very supportive wife, and two beautiful boys that keep me very busy when I'm not making music, which I need to make music more, in my opinion. People probably say less, but they keep me very busy, and that's just how I balance out my life.
Very cool. And another thing that was talked about during the music conference was how all these tracks are starting to sound the same. Why do you think that is, and what are you doing to combat that?
I'm not doing anything to combat it. I just make music. I don't. I've been doing it long enough to know that I just need to make as good a song as I can, and not get caught up in, does it sound like this, does it sound like that? I mean, obviously I don't want to, I've never done 2 records back to back that sound like each other because I have an ego, straight up, and I think that would be totally lame. You know, it happens in music, in popular music. It happens in all music. People uncreative. They just do something that's hot right now, or copy something that guy's done, and you know, it's a problem. But those problems don't last very long, and things change. Because what has the most success, always, is something new. So there's always going to be something new because that's what's exciting.
Well, what's exciting me right now is all this great music coming from you.
Thank you, Ron.
So in addition to the songs we just talked about, what else do you have in the pipeline that you watch for?
I don't know. I have a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to think what I can talk about. I just finished a new Yoko. Always working on something for Yoko, so expect a new Yoko coming out, another remix. New singles with a bunch of, you know, like I told you, Andy Bell. I have songs out there. I have a new Chris Willis remix I'm finishing right now. Love Chris Willis. I actually have a single with Chris Willis I have to finish. I have a single with Jonathan Mendelsohn I have to finish. I have a single with Jamie Lee Wilson I have to finish. I have a single with Plum now. And just a lot of songwriting. I'm trying to write a lot more songs as opposed to just remixing everything, which I still love to do. Love remixing. So that's it.
If you could write a song with anyone in the entire world, who would it be?
Write a song with anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Alive?
Alive,
or
yes.
dead?
Let's go with alive.
Alive. Write a song.
Or work with. How about that?
Work with. Today, yeah, I know who I'm going to say. I'm going to say Steve Perry from Journey.
Wow. That's impressive.
Well, that would be great because he hasn't really done anything in a long time, so it'd be kind of cool. That, or I'd like to write a song with Hall & Oates. That'd be fun.
That'd be really
Hall
cool.
& Oates. Peter Cetera. Write a song with Peter Cetera. Who else? Well, I've worked with Andy, so check that one off.
How about this? If someone wants to follow you on social media, what's the best way to do it?
Oh man, it's pretty easy, but you have to know how I spell my name, which is Dave Aude, A-U-D-E. Just type it in. It's pretty easy. They're all Dave Aude. Dave Aude this, Dave Aude that. Twitter, Dave Aude. Instagram, Dave Aude. Vine, Dave Aude.
Are you mostly on Twitter or Facebook, or which one do you use the most?
I'm all over the place, so I don't think I'm mostly... You know what I'm mostly into right now?
What?
SoundCloud.
Really?
Yeah, because it's music.
Makes
I'm
sense.
all about music. I'm not about pictures and what am I doing right now. I'm about music. Let's put some new music up there and let people listen to that. I try to let my music speak for itself.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And what would you like to say to all of your fans out there?
You know, I want to thank everybody for sticking with me all these years and continuing to support me and everything I do. And I'm always getting so many nice comments, and every single day I try to reply to people how thankful I am, and with all the nice things they say on my SoundCloud, on Facebook, on Twitter, just telling them thanks. And I try to answer. I have an Ask Dave section on my website, and I try to answer those questions. I think I'm about caught up, but if you want to go check that out, there's a lot of questions people have that get answered on there. So you might have a question, it's probably been asked, and it's probably on Ask Dave on my website.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Dave Aude, for joining us
Ron,
here.
Thank you for having me, Ron. And thank you for all your support. You play all my records, except for like one, which we won't talk about.
We won't go there, but thank you so
I'm
much.
going to play it tonight. He's going to like it, though.
I'm sure I will. He's a great DJ. If you ever get a chance to see Dave Aude spin live, I strongly recommend it. Thank you for watching Notable Dance and Fusion Radio here from Nashville. See you soon.